Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. I hope you had a great day overall, man. I'm back at y'all with some more boxing talk. We're going to be speaking about Jermall Charlo pulling out of the Armando Resendiz fight with Jaime Munguia now stepping up to the plate. And if Jermall Charlo's career is done. We definitely going to speak about this. But before we get into that, if we could please get the likes up, subscribe to the channel, all of that good stuff, man. We on the road to 4K. We well into the 3,400 mark, looking to crack that 3,500 mark in due time. Shout out to the nation and the mob for making this possible. What's going on? What's going on? How we feeling? I already see a few comments in the building. I seen some people commenting before I had went live. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to attend to my son. You know what I mean? He's still dealing with his little cough. You know what I'm saying? Not really in the best mood neither. Like, he's still doing his daily activities, but still, still into his daily activities and things of that nature. But still a little bit under the weather, like myself. But it is what it is, man. We're going to get through it. We're going to continue doing what we're doing. And that's talking boxing. That's what we do over here at the Nation, man. Shout out to the Nation. Shout out to the mob. I cannot say it enough. How we feeling today, man? And for those of y'all who new, that's in the building, drop your city and your location, man. Tell me where you from. Let me know where you from, man. Let me know where we from. What's going on? What's going on? Smoochie. Shout out to Smoochie. She was the first comment of the day. Big Soldier MX. What up? Shout out to my brother, man. I don't know what them emojis mean, but if you come back, please provide some clarity. Marissa, what's going on with Marissa? It's always good seeing you. That's the little sis right there. You got a problem with her. You got a problem with me. You feel what I'm saying? Chris Maldonado, my high school brother. What up? My boy Coffee Plant, one of the day ones in the building. He said, can't really speak too high, Jermall, these days. You know what's crazy, though? Coffee? We was just speaking well on him yesterday because we were under the assumption that he was going to take the fucking fight. God damn. Man, listen, man. This is insane. I don't even want to, I didn't think I would have to take this approach. But you forcing my hand, man. Now, I've reached out to Jermall Charlo. He didn't get back to me yet, just like a lot of these guys do. We're going to figure it out. We're going to see exactly what the reasoning is. Because as of right now, they just said that Jermall Charlo is unavailable for the Armando Resendiz fight. And on top of that, they said that the reason is private. It's none of our business as boxing fans as to why he is unavailable for the fight. But we're going to speak about Jermall Charlo and his history. And I'm going to keep it real, y'all. I'm fed up. Bro. I'm sick of the excuses. You know what I mean? It's like, if you ain't all in, like my boy, like my OG Boziana say, man, it's either you shit or you get off the pot, nigga. Meaning, it's either you going to do something or just don't do it at all. Either stand for something or just don't involve yourself. Get the fuck out the way. You see what I'm saying? So we definitely going to speak about that. Let's get into the rest of the comments. Mr. Big Play Bray, what up? Smoochie, she back. I thought she would have fell asleep by now. She said Bridgeport, Connecticut. Shout out to my Connecticut people, man. I got a few people from Connecticut over here. You know what I mean? Jalil Aziz, what up? Go Birds. Absolutely. What's going on? Yeah, Coffee. Yeah, we were just talking good about the niggas. So we can't, nobody can sit here and be like, yo, y'all niggas, y'all just praying for Jermall downfall. I was talking about how Jermall could really beat Armando Resendiz. We talk about the nigga jab. We talk about his counter punching, his power. Good performances he had previously. I see some niggas like, he gonna fall apart. I'm like, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, yo, he could do it. He has what it takes to do it. But he's showing us that he doesn't. Let's just keep it real. Because one thing that we got to take into consideration, man, we're talking about physical attributes, his skill set and stuff like that. But you know what's more important or just as important as those things that we mentioned? This right here, your mental. A lot of the people say that boxing, and I've heard this from some credible people, man, that boxing is 90% mental. Obviously, that just depends on who you're talking to. You know what I'm saying? Some people be in their head more than others. Some people probably feel like it's all about getting in shape. Some people just feel like it's a mental thing, just pushing yourself to uncomfortable situations in order to grow and develop character. You know what I'm saying? But Jermall Charlo done said it himself. One of my favorite quotes in boxing today is a quote that I heard Jermall Charlo say in previous interviews. When your mind and your body are at its peak, you're in your prime. And it just seems like Jermall Charlo may have been that person back when he beat West Philly's J-Rock. He seemed to be that person when he beat Cornelius Bundridge, a fight that I watch all the time just to study. I watched, he may have been there when he was fighting Sergey Derevyanchenko. That was one of my favorite performances from him. The Brandon Adams fight. You know what I mean? But it just seemed like from Montiel all the way until this point, his mind is just no longer there. And we've heard the reasons and stuff like that. I'm not going to get into any of that. We're just going to try to keep this as close to boxing as possible. But based off of everything that we've seen, man, I'm not going to lie to you. I think Jermall Charlo is one of those dudes like Adrian Broner where they just too far gone. It just seems like, Jermall Charlo's there. Seems like everything is on track. I just seen Jermall Charlo in the gym training with Ronnie Shields, him showing Ronnie Shields all types of love and, giving him a WBC belt. They're giving him like a coach's WBC belt. He's showing him all the love in the world. I'm like, look at Jermall, like getting himself back in the mix. You know what I mean? He tuning out all the noise, all the shit that distracted him and took years off of his career. We finally about to see Jermall do some great shit and possibly become a 3-division champion, right? Come to find out, this nigga, he back at square one. This man is fighting a battle, and although he's undefeated in the ring, that outside shit, whatever is haunting him, his alcoholism allegedly, his family problems allegedly, I don't know what it is, or he's just down in the dumps from a mental aspect. I don't know. But it's like he cannot defeat what is going on outside the ring. When it comes to another man in front of him, it seems like he gets the job done effortlessly so far in his career. But whenever it comes to these outside battles, he cannot seem to get away from them. They got him trapped. They cutting off the ring on this nigga. And these outside battles are beating the dog shit out of him. That, like, if it's, the problems are very serious if you're willing to turn down millions of 7, maybe 8-figure paychecks to fight. Yasser Ali, what up? Mr. Big Play Bray. Mr. Big Play Bray said, this might be it for Maul. People not going to give him any chances. And that's exactly why, and I agree with you 1,000,000%, brother. And that's exactly why I titled the video how I did in terms of, is Charlo done? I'm not questioning his physical attributes. I'm not questioning whether he's still a quality fighter. We all know that Jermall Charlo could fight. If you say he can't fight, you a hater. I mean, you're not talking logically. Anybody with a fucking set of eyes, whether you're a boxer fan or not, could look at Jermall and be like, oh, this motherfucker could fight. We know that. What we're talking about in terms of Charlo being done is getting opportunities. People putting him in position to do great shit. Are they going to be like, you know what? I did everything that I could. This dude fumbles every opportunity that we put in front of him. Bethaniel in the building. What's going on, brother? He said, why he pull out? Well, let's get straight into the shit, man. Let's get straight into the shit. So let me share the screen for the people to see. And Ring Magazine posted this, and it says, Armando Resendiz and Jaime Munguia are in the process of finalizing a deal to meet May 2nd in Las Vegas. Sources confirmed to Mike Coppinger. Pause real quick. When I read this, I'm like, oh, so Armando Resendiz chose to go to spin the block and get the Jaime Munguia fight and cut Jermall Charlo out the equation. So I'm like, oh, shit. This nigga Armando don't want no smoke with Jermall. I'm over here backing Jermall play. I'm like, damn, another nigga ducked Jermall. Yeah, damn, Maul. Like Armando just really spun the block on you. I'm like, oh, he ain't want no. Well, he ain't spun the block on Jermall. He spun the block on Jaime Munguia because he ain't want to deal with you. I'm like, oh, okay, Maul, you still got a little bit of, you know what I mean? You still got a little bit of fear out here left for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, let me find out this nigga Resendiz out here changing his mind. Then I started thinking, damn, well, maybe Jaime Munguia yeah, I mean, reached back out the Armando Resendiz team and was willing to agree to the fight, and he pretty much intercepted the fight from Jermall Charlo when initially he declined, or at least they couldn't seem to agree to terms. That's what I was thinking. But upon doing more research, it come to find out, it says Resendiz is closing in on a deal to defend his title versus wait. Yes, Resendiz was closing in on a deal to defend his title versus Jermall Charlo, who is now unavailable. Salvador Rodriguez first reported. Now, I had initially saw this on Dan Rayfield's page, and he replied to the tweet and said, unavailable equals unreliable that he'd show up. Oh, my God. So let me see if we can find something else. Let's see if there's something else that could be spoken about this. Okay, according to Dan Rayfield, the fight between Charlo and Resendiz was never made, was just a possibility despite some reports. They wrapped the deal up today. I want to get more into this Jermall Charlo topic. So let me see what the other tweets are saying. Let me unshare the screen so I can find the right information for you guys. But I was giving Jermall the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, this nigga, they did this nigga dirty. They cut the black fighter out of the Mexican card. They just wanted to see Mexicans versus Mexicans. I'm like, okay. But now I'm pulling up Andreas Hale's Twitter. And according to Andreas Hale, if I'm saying your name wrong, my apologies, brother. But he says, just got word that Charlo is out of the fight with Resendiz. The reason why is being kept private. Charlo will be replaced by the first option, Jaime Munguia. Oh, my God. So not only is Jermall Charlo unavailable, but they feel like they don't have to give you a reason as to why he's unavailable. For the most part, we're here. Somebody has an injury. They couldn't agree to terms. The money wasn't right. They didn't want that location. They couldn't agree with the networks. Something business related. But according to Jermall Charlo, he don't have to tell you why. He gonna keep this shit disclosed. And usually when they keep things private, it's because there's something personal going on that they don't feel like they need to divulge to the public. And there's something behind the scenes going on that's just hindering your ability to fight. And fuck it, you don't gotta say it, but that don't mean we can't make assumptions. And when you lack in transparency, what you think people gonna do? Shout out to Mark Sells Hollywood. He said he's on the verge of becoming one of the biggest what ifs of boxing. I think it's getting to that point, Mark. I believe I agree with you 1,000,000%. And it's sad because Jermall Charlo won world titles in multiple divisions, was never able to unify, but he won the world titles. I mean, he doesn't really have the deepest resume, but everybody respected him for being one of, the most talented fighters in boxing. And he's been in the game for so long. Like he's been a professional since I don't even know when Jermall Charlo turned pro, but he's been around for a minute, bro. Y'all remember when he was signed with Golden Boy, and he turned pro in 2008. So it's about to be what? It's about to be, he's been in the game 18 years. 18 years. I said 18-year pro. 18-year pro. He 35. So he's been pro since he was 17. Been around for a minute. So maybe and look, man, we could go down a whole bunch of different situations with Jermall. We all know that he liked to sip. He admitted it. I drink a little champagne here and there. So he like halfway admitting like his vices. You feel what I'm saying? But I remember this nigga was on live, emotional. Because whenever Jermall Charlo gets drunk or, allegedly or intoxicated, he likes to get on live and he likes to vent. You know what I mean? He like to talk. He like to talk his shit and talk about how he'll fight this person. He'll fight that person. He'll fight this person. He'll fight that person. But then there was one live, I think it was before the Thomas LaManna fight, where he was talking about he don't even want to box no more. Like the outside shit was whooping Jermall Charlo ass so bad that he was like, yo, I don't even want to box no more. Like, I just want to chill with my kids. Like, that's it. He said something along those lines. And when I heard that, I'm like, man, Jermall Charlo really like fighting through this shit. Like, we got to really pray for this nigga, right? Because even though I'm not the biggest Jermall Charlo Fan, never have been. I respected his skills very much. So I respected his abilities, but I was never the biggest fan of him. But one thing I never want to see is somebody uh lose a battle with mental health issues or issues with their mental health, or I never want to see somebody have family issues. Especially, I have a father. I mean, yeah, I do have a father, but I am a father, right? And I've been through situations, but the last thing I want to see, whether I like the person or not, is them have problems within their inner family. Because at the end of the day, I'm somebody who has a lot of love for the kids. Mark love the kids. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't ever want to see them in a position where they see their parents struggling. That's why I was rooting for Adrian Broner, not specifically because of him, but because of his kids. He has a lot of kids. I don't want his kids to look at their father and be like, damn, what happened to my father? He was at the top of the world. You know what I mean? But some shit, not everything got a happy ending. You know what I mean? But this is what confuses me about Jermall Charlo, and this is why I've gotten extremely frustrated with this whole situation. And like I said, I'm fed up. Jermall Charlo been hooting and hollering out this motherfucker for a little while now. Trying to get these big fights supposedly, and when Jermall Charlo, it's not like motherfuckers is ducking him. That's another thing. Marissa came through in the building. She said, he said he got a divorce and he really not seeing his kids, so I'm sure he is mentally struggling. And that's one thing I never want to see a man do, is not have their kids. I know how much my son means to me. I know how much kids can mean to a father. That's so not being able to see his children or have access to his children could be a very, very difficult thing to go through, bro. Like I'll be feeling down in the dumps when I don't have my son for the weekend. Like there's certain weekends where I don't have him, like this weekend coming up. And the whole weekend I'm just thinking about him because I love my son. My son is a part of me. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I'm 100% without my child. So, and I feel happiest when I'm with my child. That's just the reality of the situation. So Jermall probably is the same way. He probably a family person just like me. You know what I'm saying? And Ralph following through, he said, I don't know why I kept having faith in Charlo. Bro, I think we all did because we just want to see a good comeback story. I just said this yesterday. Me and Coffee going back and forth. I'm like, well, I'm not the biggest fan of Jermall, but I'm definitely going to be rooting for him because I love a good comeback story. But it just seemed like the motherfucker can't come back. Every time, like he gets a little bit of momentum, fucks it up. Gets a little bit of momentum, fucks it up. Bro, do y'all remember that Jermall Charlo was supposed to be the guy to fight Canelo Alvarez? He was supposed to fight Canelo Alvarez. He was unavailable. Why was he unavailable? Because he had shit going on where he was not worried about boxing. Family issues, drinking issues, whatever the case is, he's going through it. The WBC was talking about Jermall mental health issues were so bad they let him keep the WBC title because he was talking about unaliving himself. So these mental health issues are very real with Jermall, according to what other people are saying or what he said himself. But it's like, I understand that mental health issues are very real. I've been through my own, never that deep, but I've been through my own. And what I can say is that, bro, you are a fighter, bro. You are a fighter. You have to admit that you have a problem. Because I just heard Boxer Sparring said it's all about accountability. I agree. Dude is drunk and always talking about, you talk crazy. You say you want to fight this person, you want to say you want to fight that person, but when the opportunity comes, you're not available. And where I'm from, that's called a pump faker. Now, let me show y'all something, right? Because Jermall Charlo, you can't make this shit up. You really cannot make this shit up. I'm going to pull up Tony Harrison's Instagram. Y'all probably like, why? How the fuck you pulling up Tony Harrison's Instagram? What the fuck? I'm going to tell y'all why. Shout out to Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison. Jesus Christ. Hold on, y'all. Let me get another tissue. I really think this allergies. I don't even think I'm sick for real. But anyways, thank you, Marissa. Ooh wee. So shout out to Tony Harrison. Remember, he put up this post. Shout out to Jay Cash in the building too. Man, fuck. So, trying to get through this, y'all. That's the boxing guys. Like, man, stop the man. Leave Jermall Charlo alone, nigga. Hold this sneeze, nigga. I gotta get the truth out here, man. But let me go ahead and post Tony Harrison's post. Oh man. Cool. Remember this missing person post. Please help. Jermall Charlo's missing. Calling him all types of ducks. You got to call the number 313. Stop running. Look like Tony Harrison want to run it back with Jermall because they tied up 1-1 technically, right? Look at these comments right over to the right. That's not Jermall Charlo talking. Future of boxing. When you click his page, oh, it's Jermall Charlo. It's Jermall Charlo. So he's speaking on behalf of his brother. And look what he's saying. Yo, I didn't see this. That's funny. Got this nigga with his toes out. Hey, yo. Look at Boo Boo Andre wrote facts. Jared Hurd laughing. Oh, my God. They said this nigga Charlo dressed like Selena. That's crazy. But let's stay focused, brothers. Tony Harrison be bugging. Yo, for those of y'all who don't know, Tony Harrison, one of the funniest niggas in boxing. Like, facts. But besides all of that, look at these comments right here. And this was 1 week ago, 7 days ago. More or less 7 days ago. Says, I'll take it. Fight me. So he's talking to Jermall, but Jermall responds. Let's actually click Jermall Charlo's story and see what he got going on. Look, 4 hours ago, look, he dressed. Disgusting. He dressed, he posted on social media. Don't seem like there's a fucking issue with him. But anyways, man. Jermall Charlo a year ago is talking about, a week ago, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting my thoughts together. A week ago, he says, fight me. I'll take it. So you talking this big shit against Tony Harrison, who, let's keep it real, Tony Harrison pretty much lost his momentum after he lost his world title to Jermall. Got stopped by Tim Tszyu. You know what I mean? Like Tony Harrison not where he used to be in his boxing career. And Tony Harrison's career, respectfully, has been a whole bunch of ups and downs. With the Jared Hurd loss, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So this the nigga that you want to fight? First of all, and then this is another thing. Tony Harrison, for what I believe, his last fight was at 160. Let me actually look at that. Let me talk. Before I talk, let me get my information right. Tony Harrison last fight was at 160 pounds. Actually, his last 2 fights have been at 160 pounds since he got stopped by Tim Tszyu. So, Jermall, you are a 168 pounder. Calling out a 160 pounder. Your last 2 fights, your last fight was at 168 pounds. You want to fight Caleb Plant at 168 pounds. You claim you're campaigning at 168 pounds. You're offered a world title shot. And you turn it down. How that makes sense? What did that sound like to y'all, chat? If you willing to, you talking about that you optimistic in fighting a nigga, and Tony Harrison, who only got 2 fights at 160, meanwhile you at 168. But Armando Resendiz, who beat the dog shit out of Caleb Plant, the nigga you was trying to rumble not too long ago, they offer you a world title shot, a WBA super middleweight title. You claim you want to get back. You claim you want to get back to the top of the division. You claim you want all the smoke. You want to fight all the best guys. But for some reason, whenever these opportunities come your way, you're unavailable. Remember back to when Canelo Alvarez offered the fight with him, he claimed to be unavailable, and Jermall Charlo had to step up and take the smoke because you wasn't able to do so. Oh, I ain't worried about it. But my brother, my brother go get him. Remember what David Benavidez was hawking Jermall Charlo down trying to fight him? What that nigga Jermall Charlo said? Oh, man, and this was back during the COVID era. Oh, yeah, if David Benavidez want to fight me, he got to take his COVID shot. Bro, that is one of the most outlandish demands in boxing history. I never heard a nigga say that. That nigga want to fight me, he got to get his COVID vaccine. Why? During the pandemic, niggas was getting tested every day. I was in the PBC bubble. I can tell you, we was getting monitored every day. Fucking the temperature, Johns, to our forehead wherever we walked. But Faniel, you remember that shit, bro. You remember that shit. He said David had to get the vaccine. If you think I'm lying, go look it up right now. Leave the live and go type Jermall Charlo, David Benavidez, vaccine. You can put COVID, whatever you want to put. As a matter of fact, I'll look it up for you. Fuck all that. You ain't gotta go nowhere. Stay your ass right here. Fuck that. Google AI will do it for you. Shout out to Google Gemini. But you see this right here, right? I'm gonna leave this screen because he wants to fight Tony Harrison, but for some reason he's available for Tony Harrison, but the motherfucker ain't available for no Armando Resendiz, somebody who's currently relevant at the top of their game, a world champion. You can't say that you too inactive because y'all both fought on the same card. Y'all both got the same amount of time outside of the ring. You had a whole training camp for Thomas Lamana. Y'all fought the same day. Y'all was on the same stage. Y'all performed the same night. Y'all had the same layoff time. You can't sit here and act like you don't have enough time. The shit was in May. We're in the middle of fucking March. And in a half hour, it'll be my mother's birthday. Happy birthday to my mother. I love you very much. I would not be here without you. And I'm very thankful that you are the great mother that you are and that you're in my life. Shout out to Mama Mazuma. Happy birthday. I love you very much. And I cannot wait to see you tomorrow. Back to regularly scheduled programming. We're in the middle of March. These niggas fighting in the beginning of May. And that's not enough time for you? What makes you so unavailable? What makes you so unavailable from Armando Resendiz? I didn't hear you say that when you was in Tony Harrison comments talking about rumbling him. But Jermall Charlo has this thing where he get on. Remember, he was on live with Demetrius Andre. Oh, yeah, you want to fight? You want to fight me? When you want to fight? When you want to fight? Oh, yeah, let's fight. Let's fight. Don't ever fight nobody. Don't ever fight him. David Benavidez, this nigga needed his COVID vaccine for him to fight. And guess what? David Benavidez came out and said, yo, I got the vaccine. So now what? Crickets. Crickets. You think I'm lying? Read this right here. The AI overview over on Google. It says, in early 2021, Jermall Charlo listed getting a COVID-19 vaccination as a precondition for a potential fight against David Benavidez. Charlo's demand in terms of the details of the situation. Jermall Charlo stated that Benavidez needed to prove he was vaccinated against COVID-19 for a fight to take place. Now, who the fuck else did he request that for? This nigga was acting like this was VADA testing or some shit. Like, if I'm in the ring with you, right? Because COVID, they said COVID took a couple days for it to really take its part. If we get in COVID protocol the whole time, we getting tested the whole lead up to the fight for COVID. We in the bubble together. No access to COVID. As soon as you test positive for COVID, they sent you home. You had to get the fuck out. You see what I'm saying? So it's like there's no all the fucking precautions that they was taking. That's not enough for you. The nigga need to get a vaccine in order to get a fight with you. And he got the vaccine. He still couldn't get the rumble. Caleb Plant had to step up. The same nigga who slapped the dog shit out you. The same nigga who, after he slapped you, you was talking about you wanted to wear his clothes. Like, this the same nigga that we're talking about. That Jermall Charlo. That's who we talking about. So all of this shit together, man, you was unavailable for the biggest fight of your career against Canelo Alvarez. You was unavailable for one of the biggest fights in your career against Armando Resendiz. Bro, what the fuck are you doing? Like, like, why are you here? Why are you here? What's your purpose in being here? Would you just want to fight bums and collect the check? If that's the case, just say that. And we won't support you. And we'll go ahead and talk about niggas who really willing to roll the dice. But every time these opportunities come about for you to prove that you're fucking great or beat somebody of quality, you find a way to tuck your tail and you running around talking about lions only? Nigga, you's a fucking duck, nigga. Your brother had to take your smoke. He embarrassed himself against Canelo. Now he going back to 54 begging for a fucking fight because your bitch ass want to get up off the couch and put them fucking drinks down and rumble the nigga that you've been calling out for well over a decade. Y'all niggas been talking shit about Canelo for I don't know how long. When they was both at 54, when was Canelo at 54? The early 2010s? What the fuck was that? Like Canelo rumbled Floyd at like what, 2014, 2015? Some shit like that. You was calling them niggas out since then. This nigga's like, all right, yo, we had 68. I got the, and it was for undisputed too. It was for undisputed, Jermall. You would have fought Canelo and beat him. You would have became undisputed champion, and your fucking stock would have jumped out the fucking gym. Would have jumped out the fucking arena. You be in a totally different spot right now. But what you say? Oh, man, I can't fight. Bro, you are. And listen, I seen niggas take fights at, like the week their mother died. Shout out to Buster Douglas, bro. Niggas' mothers done died before fights. I see niggas pass out before fights and still rumble. Niggas fought with the flu. All types of mental shit these fighters go. Bro, Canelo Alvarez's brother was kidnapped and held hostage. And Canelo Alvarez, this was before I think he was in the locker room for the Sergey Kovalev fight. I think it was a Sergey fight. I could be wrong. It was one of these fights. He's literally going through something right now where his brother's life is on the line. He's on the phone with the niggas who's holding his brother hostage, and he's negotiating with them to see what they could do to let his fucking brother go. And if he would have said the wrong thing, they would have slaughtered this nigga's brother. You said the Rocky Feldon fight? Shout out to Boxer for correcting me. The Rocky Feldon fight. This nigga was on the phone with the niggas who kidnapped his brother, negotiating. Hung up the phone while he don't even know what the fuck going on with his brother and proceeded to fuck Rocky Feldon up and acting like nothing happened. Niggas going through these types of things, you should be capable of going through that too. I'm sorry, you in a tough sport. You in a sport where you have to stand up to any situation and you gotta get it done. That's what these elite niggas do. Floyd Mayweather's fiance had an abortion of twin babies and didn't even tell him about it. He had to deal with that throughout the whole training camp. Niggas go through mental shit all the time. They don't sit on the couch and be like, oh, I'm unavailable. I'm not right in the head, man. I'm not available. That nigga Ishe Smith was talking about unaliving himself. He went through and got a fucking world title at 154. What are you talking about? Like, you not going through, and like, look, we understand your situation and it sucks that you there. But what you going through, niggas been through and still rumble. So why you can't do it? And Ishe Smith ain't fucking with no Jermall Charlo at all. J Cash said, loneliest sport in the world, man, but all the guys you mentioned got strong mental fortitude. That's what you need in order to thrive in the sport of boxing. That's what you need to thrive in the sport of boxing, bro. And I'm sure there's plenty of other examples that I could come up with. I didn't hear Buster Douglas said, oh, I can't fight. My mom died. And if that would have been the situation, we would have understood. But that's his mother. He used that as fuel to go into that fight with Mike Tyson and beat the dog shit out of him and change his fucking life forever. Arguably, if not unanimous, I could say, shit, when you bring up the biggest upsets of all time, you can't you can't even skip that fight. That was when Mike Tyson was at his scariest. And Buster was like, oh no, we gonna get it popping. Fuck all that. Rumbled him, fucked him up. Oscar De La Hoya mother died from cancer while he was in the Olympics to fight for his gold medal. Or in the lead up to him fighting for his gold medal. He didn't sit out from the Olympics. And he even admitted, like, bro, I was going to quit boxing. I was done. But he found the strength. He found the strength to get the fuck up, put the work in, and become the gold medalist that he is today. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not picking on Jermall Charlo like, oh, you soft, oh, you soft. Oh. No. What I'm telling you is there's plenty of fighters who's been in your situation or even worse situations and still made it fucking happen. So the fact that you are sitting down and choosing to go the opposite way and not fight, bro, I ain't gonna lie. You look like a coward in comparison to these niggas. And y'all sit here and y'all talk, y'all martyr. We're in a gladiator sport. We modern day gladiators. The gladiator starts from within. It's not just what they do and what the people see. It's how the way they approach shit mentally. You not there mentally, brother. You not there mentally. You not. We can sit here and sympathize with you and all that shit, but no, for what? For what? If you're going to be on that type of time, just walk away. You'll walk away undefeated. I guess you could feel good about that. You know what I'm saying? You was a 2-division champion. You was an undefeated 18-year professional. You know what I'm saying? You got some good wins. You got a nice little knockout reel, highlight reel, whatever the case is. If that's enough for you, walk the fuck away. You was already talking about you don't want to box no more anyway. Stop. And that's the thing. Ronnie Shields, you giving this nigga belts, you showing him love and all that shit, but goddamn, bro, you let that nigga down a whole lot. And I know Ronnie Shields will never admit that shit because that's, you know what I mean? He probably look at you as like a, you know what I mean? He probably look at you like as one of his own, like a son. Because of how long y'all been rocking this shit. He'll never admit that shit publicly, but I know in his head, he like, damn, bro, like this nigga just can't get it together. You let everybody down that care about you, bro. You act like you got much time to waste. Nigga, you 35 years old. You 35 years old. You not like Carmel Moulton age where he got all the time in the world. You know what I mean? You ain't no Xander Zayas age. You ain't none of them. Zaquin, none of, you're not even the niggas that's, you know, you're not even the Boots and it's 28, 29, Shakur. Bro, you are that you see this? You see this motherfucking window? You see how this shit? You know what I mean? They window up here. They got all the time in the world, nigga. Your shit. You all the way down to the windowsill, nigga. You all the way down to the windowsill. Your career about to be over, bro. The years you got left on your career, you could probably count on one hand right now. What you gonna be boxing until you 40 something? I doubt it. Not at an elite level with all that liquor you got in your system allegedly and all that bullshit. You're not gonna be in the sport long, brother. And that may have been your very last opportunity. They probably gonna say, you know what, man, fuck this nigga. He don't want to fight. We keep trying to look out for him, keep giving him opportunities. He a name. You know what I mean? We're getting paid to help this man out, but we can't help the nigga if he don't want to help himself. So Jaime Munguia, the nigga who initially turned down the fight, or whatever the case was, they couldn't agree. I forgot what the situation was. Let me see. Let me look it up. I want to get my information correct. Let me see. Let me check. They said Charlo can't even Uber or Lyft drive because after boxing because he loves to drink and drive. Crazy. They said money was the main issue. They said that Jaime Munguia priced himself out. So they was like, all right, this motherfucker priced himself out. He asked for unrealistic money. I mean, let's see what's going on with Jermall. Jermall Charlo should have jumped at that fight. Because, like I said, this is a winnable fight. But obviously, he don't feel like he's capable. He doesn't feel like he's capable. He want to keep fighting the, no disrespect, but you're going to keep fighting the Thomas Lamanas, the Jose Benavidez niggas who started at 140 pounds. Like, that's what Jermall want to do. He want to fight Tony Harrison, who washed up, in my opinion, and is at 160 pounds. And not even fully acclimated, in my opinion, to 160 pounds. He only had 2 fights there. Jermall Charlo's in a totally separate weight class, but he want that rack. That's who he want to fight. Like, it just sounds like it's a nigga who doesn't believe in himself. Somebody who's insecure in their abilities. Somebody who's scared to lose they owe. That's what it looked like to me. That's what it looked like to me, bro. And it ain't like you got a crazy resume to really, it ain't like you got a crazy resume to fall back on neither. Your resume ass. We'll just keep it 1,000. Jermall Charlo's resume is dookie. I know we be talking about niggas' resumes all the time, like Tank and, motherfuckers like that. People be talking shit about Devin resume. Niggas be talking shit about Shakur resume. Jermall Charlo got one of the most shitty resumes of active top boxers right now. J-Rock. Derevyanchenko. Cornelius Bundrich. Brandon Adams. Austin Trout. Austin Trout might be the best nigga on your resume. Like Austin Trout and fucking and Derevyanchenko. Like, who the fuck? What do you got to fuck? What can you honestly? Oh, you won 2 world titles. Okay. Tricks. I don't even know if Matt Korobov was Charlo's best win, to be honest with you. I don't even think that. I think Austin Trout was his biggest win. Austin Trout was a world champion. He beat Miguel Cotto. You know what I mean? Like, that's probably your best win. Just keeping it 1,000. Okay, Marissa, have a good night. Let me see. Let me see what the comments saying. My boy Tricks in the building said Jermall Charlo seems to self-sabotage when his big opportunities come up. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. There's no excuse. Tricks, it's no excuse. You literally telling Tony Harrison you want to rumble him a week ago. So I'm seeing you in the gym. You posting yourself in the gym. You hitting the bag with Ronnie Shields. You in the gym, you working. But somehow, some way, you not available for May. So what the fuck is you training for then? We in March. What, you available for April? What, you available for June? Why are you not available for May? What is going on that you cannot fight in May? Don't understand. And they don't want to give us no reason, so they pretty much like, oh, man, y'all need to mind y'all business. There's no, he ain't available. Okay, we're going to mind our business, but we still going to talk about it. And we can call you whatever the fuck we want to call you based off of the situation. So does Jermall Charlo get an opportunity after this? I don't know, man. And this isn't any business. Once you develop that reputation as being unreliable, you're fucked. If you are a mechanic, if you are a chef, if you are a banker, if you are anything, if you got a cleaning service, if you are a boxing coach like myself, if you are unreliable, which is basically being unprofessional, because you always should be reliable in business. That's how you keep loyal clientele, all that shit. How can they trust you to come around when they need you? Why would they fuck with you and they could fuck with somebody who gonna answer the call every time and be like, yo, let's get it? They said, like, they put you in position, bro. Canelo Alvarez, you the only nigga I know that turned down a Canelo Alvarez fight. That's like turning down a Mayweather sweepstakes. The only nigga I know that did that was Tim Bradley. Like, I don't know who else does that. When that fucking phone rang, you gotta answer that. If you're not willing to answer that, why are you still in the sport? You know how much money Jermall would have made? That would have went to his kids, to his family. He blatantly chose to sit out because he doesn't want to face the possibility of him losing. Niggas scared to roll the dice. Bella Fit, hold on. Let me read Boxer's John in the building. He said, Jermall Charlo pulled out because he was fighting a threat and a relentless Resendiz, not a fucking cornflake. I mean, that shit. Listen, you may be very well telling the truth. That's what it looked like. I don't know if that's what it is, but that's what it looked like. Nathaniel said generational wealth. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's say he would have made $8 million. With after taxes and everything, he probably would have had a solid. He probably would have had a solid 4. Probably after everything was paid for, all that shit. Probably would have left with $4 million. Who the fuck don't need $4 million right now? Let's say he would have got 10. He probably would have walked away with 6. Like, who the fuck? Like, who don't need that? Especially when you are as inactive as Jermall Charlo, who would not need that? Bella Faith in the building. She said, Maul got picks. I see more advantages against a guy like Tony. He sees more advantages against a guy like Tony. He doesn't want the challenge of dealing with a guy like Resendiz. But that's the thing. Jermall Charlo been in the game 18 years, right? And he's a prize fighter. What type of money do you think he gonna get out of fighting Tony Harrison? Like, at this current point, it's not gonna be for a belt. Like, what do you see? Like, what? You're not even relevant in this equation. If we want to see Tony Harrison fight any Charlo, it's the other one, not you. And we don't even want to see that. We talking about Jermell Rumbling Boots, or somebody of quality at 54. You're not even relevant in the equation. And why you acting like you standing up for your brother when you played your brother the last time you did an interview? Oh, that's a bad, Boots. Oh man, that's a bad style matchup for my brother, man, huh? You saying this publicly, you putting your brother, what you saying that means that you don't like your brother's abilities, your brother's chances in defeating Jerron Ennis. And now you want to come to the rescue and defend your brother? Bro, shut the fuck up, bro. You're a clown. He stood up for you when you turned down that Canelo fight because you was bitching. You was scared that fucking ginger motherfucker was going to whoop your ass. Your brother stepped up to the plate, regardless of y'all situations and what y'all had going on with y'all wives and shit. He took the smoke for you. That's the equivalent of a nigga outside your crib and like, yo, come outside and rumble me, pussy. And you scared to come outside. You got cold feet. And your brother like, oh, he talking to my brother like that. Oh, let's get this shit popping. Nigga, fuck your brother up. Your brother took the ass whooping for you. Then y'all have a little disagreement, and now you in public saying how you don't like your brother's chances and defeating this. Bro, you're a clown. Your brother a clown too, but you a clown for that. Because to be real with you, I never heard Jermell ever say that he would pick against you or he didn't like your chances in this fight or that fight. He always bigged you up. Even if y'all had issues, he always rocked with you. And he always said publicly, can't nobody ever put me against my brother. But shit, I guess Jermall, I guess they could do that with Jermall. Crazy. You should be giving your brother all the respect in the world because he took your smoke, nigga. When you was bitching, he took your smoke. But I don't know, man. Them Charlos ain't never really been, sturdy motherfuckers. Neither one of them for real. But the realest nigga in this situation, in my eyes, is Jermall. Jermall, you going out like a hoe. You going out like a straight hoe. Tony Harrison makes sense. Oh, let's do it. We can fight. Let's fight. Let's fight. I'll do it. What's up? I'm here. Resendiz? Oh, no. Nigga, you not even making 7 figures with Tony Harrison. Armando Resendiz? You definitely seeing 7 figures. You unavailable for a 7-figure payday in a world title. You win the world title, you make even more money. You're not available for that, but you available to fight a nigga a weight class smaller than you on the decline, no demand whatsoever for crumbs. Make this shit make sense, y'all. Can't nobody do it. Ain't a nigga walking this planet that can make that shit make sense. We can't say inactivity. They've both fought. Their layoffs are the same amount of time. They fought on the same card. They ain't list no injuries, nothing. He did the same shit he did with Canelo. Mental health issues? No, a bunch of niggas that fight with mental health issues. So for real, I want to know what y'all think. I want to know what's on y'all mind. We got 20 people in the building. I done vented. I done told y'all how I felt about the whole situation. So I want to know how y'all feel. And it seems like a lot of y'all are agreeing with me. But Bethanio said generational wealth. That's a fact. That's a fact. Rouse said, and if he lost to Canelo, that shit wouldn't even matter. He could have came back. Mostly everyone now lose and get a title shot right after. That's a fact. That's a fact. Nigga, he fought Jermall Charlo fought, 4 times in 6 years? What was that? What was that? What was that stat I brought up yesterday? This nigga fought 4 times in 6 years. Like, you literally beat Thomas Lamont in your last fight. And was just automatically getting in position, actually, to get a WBA title shot. You fought 1 time in 2025. You was lined up for Armando Resendiz fight. You think that if you would have lost to Canelo, anything would have changed? Not really. Agent 86 said Maul want no real smoke. That's evident. That's evident in my eyes. Trick said Jermall low-key a coward for not taking this fight. Could have made 8 figures in less than 7 months. That's a fact. Money keys. I'm sorry. God damn. I don't know where I did not see a K. Money keys 35 says scary sight. What you mean? What you mean by that, brother? J Cash said taking the L don't matter no more if you bounce back from it right away. The right way. No, that's a fact. If Jermall Charlo would have lost to Canelo, they'd be like, well, everybody losing to Canelo. That's what they did. Well, I mean, it's Canelo. Niggas would let him pass. It was like when niggas would get cooked by Mayweather. Mayweather cook everybody. It is what it is. If you got watched by Terrence Crawford, bro, it's Terrence Crawford. Like, it's all right. It's like, all right, like you tried. You know what I mean? You did what you could. If you lost to Pacquiao, oh, you just lost to Pacquiao, nigga. That's a GOAT. That's an icon. That's a GOAT. You bounce back, you get a world title. Oh, man, yo, much respect, bro. Like, they said Maul seeing ghosts. Shit, he's seeing something. He's seeing something that's making him quake in his fucking sneakers. For real. Yup. J Cash said we wouldn't have been mad, especially if he don't go in there and lay down. Facts. That's a fact. That's a fact. He would have came back out of work. Because look, Sebastian Fedora got slept by Brian Mendoza. Chose to not get up. He was done. Supposed to fight on Tim Tszyu. Who was that? Tim Tszyu and who was it that Tim Tszyu was supposed to fight? And that nigga had pulled out. Oh, I think it was Jermall. Forgot who it was, but Sebastian Fedora stepped up to the plate, became world champ. Niggas done forgot all about him getting sparked. Man, Fedora, man, he'll beat. Oh, it was Thurman. Yeah, because Thurman, low key. Shout out to low key. He tore his bicep. I remember he had the picture, and that nigga bicep was all black and blue. Yup. Shout out to low key for keeping me on point. Shout out to Boxer Sparring for keeping me on point. It'd be a lot to keep up with. That was some time ago. Tricks in the building said 20-year-old Elijah Garcia knocked out Resendiz, but Charlo somehow not ready for him. Bro, just yesterday, 24 hours ago, I'm sitting here and I'm telling the people, I'm telling the nation that Jermall Charlo could win that fight. I said, I like a good comeback story. I would love to see him come back and become a 3-division champion. We all rooting for him in the chat. Like, yeah, let's get it. Yeah. Yeah. Not available. So Jaime Munguia is like, oh, well, I'll take the fight. Fuck it. I ain't got nothing else better going on. I can't beat none of them other niggas. Fuck it, let's fight. He goes ahead and he steps up to take Jermall Charlo smoke like Jermell took Jermall Charlo smoke for Canelo. Oh, you don't want to fight? All right. It's like this motherfucker Jermall Charlo get to the front of the line. It was like, you go in front of me? But instead of going behind the nigga that's behind him, then he go all the way to the back of the line. Oh, shit. Can't respect that, bro. Everybody go through their things. You know what I mean? Not saying that, you know, like mental, going through things, going through tough shit, going through depression. A lot of that shit, I'm going to keep it real. That's inevitable. You're going to face that at one point in your life. You're going to have to battle some type of mental trauma, mental health battle. You're going to have that. You know what I mean? So I'm not sitting here shitting on that. I would never do that. But it's like, enough is enough, bro. Enough is enough. Can't keep making excuses for grown men, yo. Like, that's just where I'm at with it. Oh, man, Jermall got mental health issues, man. He had mental health issues when he fought Thomas Lamana, May of last year. He had mental health issues when he faced Jose Benavidez. What was that, 2023? Like, he just pick and choose when he want to have mental health issues? Oh, I got them now, but I didn't have them before. That shit don't go away. That shit don't go away, bro. I hate when people play that card. I feel like Ryan Garcia was the first nigga to do that. Ryan Garcia was like, oh, man, you know I have mental health issues. And everybody was like, oh, my God, Ryan, you're so brave. Oh, man, credit to you. You're so strong. You're so courageous. Danny Garcia, he had his little shit where he said he was battling mental health issues and he bounced back. Like, this is the mental health issue era. This is the mental health era. Everybody a mental health advocate. I mean, you should be. Everybody should want people to get past their mental health issues and be in a positive headspace. I get it. But now y'all niggas is weaponizing that angle or that dilemma, that situation, in order to duck niggas. I'm not trying to sound insensitive, but it's the truth. I just cited multiple examples of motherfuckers who was traumatized mentally, and still did something with themselves. Because what y'all doing, this is what y'all doing. I'm gonna say this. What y'all doing by blaming mental health issues as to why you're incapable of doing things, you are, how can I say this? You're choosing to run from the problem instead of confronting the problem. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I've been dealing with like seasonal depression since I was like 15 years old. Like the first time I really noticed it was when I had like just started high school, right? For those of y'all don't know what it's called SAD. So like SAD, like that's the acronym, ironically. But it's like a seasonal affective disorder. Um it's like a type of depression that's like related to um like changes in the seasons, right? So when it gets around like that September, October time frame, that's when it hit the hardest. Yeah, I mean, but then like, when the summer come around, that's when, yeah, I've been dealing with that for like 13 years already. But guess what? I've been feeling like fatigue, low energy, sad, shit, mood swings, crazy. You know what I mean? Grumpy than a motherfucker, not being interested. Like they like during that time frame, I don't even want to be in a boxing gym. No, I have no type of interest, bro. It's always around that time. Agent 86 said he get that too, so he know what I'm talking about. But guess what? Do I just sit here and be like, oh man? No, nigga, no. We have to get through this. How are we going to get through this? I'm not the type of person that's just going to sit here and just feel bad for myself and sit around. And no, you have to do what you have to do to get past that situation. Me sitting on that sofa eating chips and just sitting here like lollygagging and feeling like, what I mean, like life just isn't interested anymore and I just don't like where I'm at in life. No, that's running from the problem. Me, and this I contribute this to my stubbornness and my work ethic, I guess. I choose to solve the shit. And that's literally the only way to get past it. It's here. There's nothing you can do about it. The damage is done. Now what you gonna do? You're gonna all right, you depressed. We know that. You could diagnose it on your own. You don't feel right. You don't feel the same. Nothing's interesting. You down bad. You feeling sad. There's no optimism in you. You don't feel like you have any purpose on this earth. I felt that shit 1,000,001 times. We know that. Okay, cool. Now what? Now what? What you gonna do? You gonna sit here and be a little bitch? Or you're gonna find solutions to your problem so you could get through that situation. And the delivery sounds a little tough, and you know what I mean, that might upset some people, and but not everything on this earth is meant to make you feel good. Jermall Charlo's the older brother, acting like the little brother. The little brother tougher than the big brother. That's what it looked like. But it's like, bro, you have to do something about it. Solutions. That's what men have to do. We figure this shit out. Ain't nobody gonna do it for us. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna hold our hand through the shit. Bro, you 35 years old. You in your mid 30s. You in your mid 30s. You gonna sit here and just feel bad for yourself and just let time run its course? You literally wasted vital years of your life when you could be solidifying your your kid's future. Like that's just the type person I am, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and act like Jermall Charlo turning down opportunities is okay and that the opportunities will always be around. No, no, man. Agent 86 said, always try to find a solution for your mental problems. As long as you never quit, you never fail. What Jermall Charlo is doing right now, he's choosing to quit. And this is coming from somebody, and I don't know how deep his trauma is. I don't know. All I know is I've been through it. And I've gotten through it. So I know if I could do it, he could do it too. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So Jermall, you're doing a lot of fucking up right now. And there's probably a bunch of niggas around you who's scared to tell you, motherfucker, I just text your phone. You bitch ass ain't hit me back. You know what I mean? I low key want to FaceTime Jermall, but I'm gonna leave him alone. But you definitely gotta get your shit together, dog. Cause you probably gonna get past all the mental shit when you get older, look back and be like, damn. Especially if your money a little funny, you're like, damn, I can't go back to boxing no more. Don't nobody care about me no more. There's a whole new generation here. I can't make the money that I used to make. What the fuck I'ma do? You're not well spoken enough to commentate. For you to be the promoter, you gotta have some type of money behind your company. Like, I don't know. Like what you gonna do? And I know Jermall live in a big ass crib too. I know that's not cheap to sustain. So I don't know, man. Jermall, that motherfucker's opportunities is just going down the drain quick. 24 hours ago, we was rooting for this nigga. What he do? Show us that he ain't all in, that he don't believe in himself, that he's scared to roll the dice. You know what, Jermall? You know what I hope? I hope that Canelo Alvarez fight is there for you. I want to give you the benefit of the doubt and assume that you fighting Canelo next. Canelo available? They say he coming back in September. Did you turn down Armando Resendiz fight to fight Canelo in September? I hope so. If that's the case, I'll shut the fuck up. I'll delete this live. Not delete it. Uh, here's some shit. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go on a little break. I'll be right. My fault, y'all. We back. Shout out to my boy Red Rum in the building. He asked him the question. He said, "What would you say about Rolly versus Haney on the next Tank undercard?" I've seen someone post that, but I feel like Rolly versus Haney can be his own main event. Absolutely. Considering the fact that Tank is somebody who is not really too fond of Devin Haney, I highly doubt that he would allow Devin Haney to be on any card associated with him. Because for one, he don't fuck with Devin Haney, and he's cut people out of his cards before, like Carmel Bolton. Like, I don't know if y'all forgot about that, but he literally kicked Carmel Moulton off of his card because he didn't agree with him, or because I think Carmel Moulton was backing Floyd Mayweather's play. It was like, what you expect? Like, he signed with Floyd. But I don't see that happening at all. And then I do agree with your last statement in terms of you feeling like Rolly versus Haney could be his own main event. It's his own big fight. It doesn't need to be a co-main event. You know, it's a unification fight in the welterweight division. Tank Davis, he's definitely a name. He does big numbers wherever he goes. I'm sure him versus Isaac Cruz, even though nobody wants that fight, it may do some solid numbers. Just because Tank is coming back off of his situation, and you know the Mexicans, they love Pitbull Cruz. You know, they want to see, and you know, Pitbull is somebody that Tank wasn't able to knock out. So I don't know, man. No, I don't think I don't think that that's a. I wouldn't do that. Like, I don't. You know. You know, that's just Haney versus Rolly sells itself. It doesn't need to be on a co-main event. That's what I think. Boxer Sparring said, "Mark, that's why I'm grateful. I come from a two-parent household to this day. Anytime I face life challenges, they've been there to uplift me, listen, support, and motivate me to keep pushing." That's a beautiful thing, brother. A lot of people weren't in your situation, so you are definitely blessed. My parents broke up when I was really young, but I did have a stepfather who was there for me. I'm gonna say financially. So he was definitely there for me financially, and like my dad, you know, he definitely was there financially for me as well. But he was also like my emotional support. You know, I always call my father my peace. You know what I'm saying? Um, so that was what my father was to me. My mom was like my disciplinarian, but she was also very loving as well. She was an outstanding mother. So I had my situation wasn't exactly like yours, but I had the support though. So it worked. You know what I mean? I'd rather have two happy homes than, you know, one chaotic home. That's just me. But I love the fact that you do the same for your kids as well. Shout out to the real active fathers out there. You know what I'm saying? My boy Anonymous in the building said Devin literally confirmed that was false the same day. Y'all got to stop believing that pound for pound page. He posts BS all the time for attention. Well, y'all heard it there first. I be seeing his page sometimes. I think I've even cited some of his tweets, but I don't know. I guess I'll stay away from that page. Anonymous, he be around. He be knowing what was up. Yeah, Sarah Ali said, Mark, was your stepfather cool with you? I know some could be weird. We used to get into it, man. I was real stubborn as a kid, and I was a type kid where it was like, if you talk to me crazy, I ain't give a fuck if you was older than me. I would say something back to you. You know what I mean? Not because it felt like I was tough or anything like that. I was just somebody who didn't really like disrespect. And if I felt like you were being rude to me for no apparent reason, or you were like treating me unfairly, then I would replicate the same energy. So my stepfather was real tough. Uh I'm gonna say he was definitely. I'm gonna keep it real. He was like verbally abusive growing up with me, and I don't know if it was because of like the dispute that he had going on with my father, or because my stepfather was actually with my mom before, and they had two of my older sisters together. That they broke up. Then my mom was with my dad for a few years. I think like 7, 8 years, and then they broke up, and then she got back with her first baby dad, which is my stepfather. And they've been together ever since. So they've been together now for like 21 years. So like that transition was rough. You know what I mean? Because I'm used to my father, and now I'm dealing with a whole different man that I don't know. Seen him around, heard of him, but never really had no direct experiences with him. And he was real tough. Like he would get drunk and talk real crazy and shit like that. And he would always get into fights with my mom. That's why I used to run off to my dad crib on the weekends. I just didn't respect, like I just not respect, but I just didn't like to be around that type of energy. And my father, he didn't drink, he didn't smoke, he didn't party for the most part. So yeah, I mean that was like that's why I call my dad my peace. Like that's where I was truly at peace at with my father. Because my stepfather and my mom will only drink on the weekends. And then during the week, they just be working. They just be on some regular shit. So I just like to be there during the week because I go to school, whatever the case is, everything be peaceful at home. Then when the weekend, when they get to drunk and get to arguing, I mean, I don't even want to be there for that because I'm the type person when it's like when even if I'm not involved in the situation, if I'm like around a real stressful environment, I get stressed. I don't know what that is, but like I'm the type person that if I feel like there's a lot of tension in the room and people are like visibly stressed and like they argue with this shit, I feel their emotions and I just don't like that shit. So cause I get easily stressed, I get the fuck out of the situation. That's just been the person I've always been. So, you know, I feel like me and my stepfather never really spoke on the situation. But now that I'm grown, I'm doing my own thing. Cause he always felt like my mom coddled me and shit like that, and um, that she always defended me when I was in the wrong. But I clearly remember situations where he was basically targeting me. But that's all over and done with. Me and my stepfather got a great relationship now. We see eye to eye on a lot of shit. He's very supportive of me, and guess what? My son love him. Like me and my stepfather would go months without talking to each other. We would go months. Like we be in the same crib. We in a small crib in North Philly, like 3 bedroom John, just small crib. So it's not like we could avoid each other at all. Not like we in a fucking mansion where he on the west wing, I'm on the east wing. So we could just go days without seeing each other. Like, no, we would walk right past each other and act like we don't even see each other. Like that's how bad on terms we was at certain points. But like once I grew up, I started becoming like responsible and working and shit like that. I think he finally saw what he needed to see out of me. I think me growing up and becoming a man, I think that helped him change his perspective on me. And we got a great relationship, man. Now we do. But growing up, it was tough, man. Like it was a tough situation. And maybe he grew up to be because he don't even drink like he used to and shit like that. So maybe he just see things different. Or maybe because we just not living together no more. It's like, I mean, you know, we better living apart. You know what I mean? Because I moved out my mom crib when I was like, I think I moved out my mom crib when I was like 24. I think it was like 24. 2022, I was 24. So I've been on my mom crib for like 4 years already. Um, was he a boxer? No, no, he wasn't a boxer, not like that. He was a carpenter. He's a carpenter. My stepfather's a genius too. Like when it comes to that carpentry shit, like construction and all that, there ain't nothing that man can't do. Genius. But yeah. Yeah, my stepfather was a carpenter. But yo, He got a good relationship with my son because my son visits them from time to time, and they got a dope little relationship. I ain't gonna lie. My son got a close relationship with my whole mom's side. You know, my mother, of course, stepfather, my sisters. My sisters have kids that's around his age range, and he has a great time. He the only boy though. He said Mark looking up niggas' addresses. No, not today, bro. Not today. Um, I did that shit because he was trolling me. So I'm like, you know what? Let's get it. You know what I mean? Tell y'all niggas something. A lot of y'all information is already public. So it is what it is. Um, Boxer said life's crazy, huh? Especially when you have kids of your own, the outlook on life as a parent. No, that's a fact. Like, and I ain't gonna lie. Um, being a parent now and all that shit, I see why my parents moved the way that they moved. Like, I remember growing up, my mom never wanted me to stay over at nobody's house. I'm like, why? Oh no, you ain't going nowhere. If they want to sleep over, they can sleep over here. I'm like, oh mom, I don't want to stay. Nah, no, 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 no. I'm like, damn, man, my mom like she corny, like she, and then like I used to feel embarrassed because like everybody would, all everybody else's parents would let them except my mom. But it's like, seeing how fucked up this world is, how nasty motherfuckers could be with kids. Bro, I'm, and I'm not saying that would have ever happened to me. I highly doubt it would have. But the reality is, you never know. It might have, and she protected me a whole lot when this world was at its coldest. You know what I mean? When this world's so fucking cold, bro, my mom sheltered me from this cold world. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I could say. Uh yeah. My mom was real strict. You know what I mean? She wanted me. I remember I was just so young and innocent. She used to hate when I was on the corner. Like when if I was anywhere near the corner, boy, get your ass back down here. Oh, boy, why I can't? No, no, no. And I used to be just stuck in front of my crib. You know what I mean? I could go up and down the block, just couldn't touch them corners. Now I get it. Your parents, man, they be protecting you, protecting you, protecting you, and you ain't even peep, man. You know what I mean? But it's officially 12:30, so it's my mom's birthday. Um, so my mom. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, happy birthday to my mom. She the big 5-0. Can you believe that? My mom 50 years old. Crazy. Still looking like she in her 30s. Yeah, funny, man. Mama Rosa. She a Sanchez, but I'll take it. She don't want to hear that because she can't stand my dad. Don't call her my dad last name. That'll piss her off. But yeah, man, my mom looked like a white woman, right? I'll never forget. And when I was a young boy, I was always, because I was always outside. I was super dark. I look like a straight Dominican young boy. And I used to go through these parent teacher conferences at the, like the middle of June or whatever. And they'd be like, hey Marcus, how you doing? Who am I speaking with? Like they never knew that it was my mom. Like, oh, this your mom? Yo, all the time. My mom, white skin, blonde hair, hazel eyes. He's slime trolling. But they used to look at my mom and they like, this your mom? I'm like, yeah. So that's my mom. Niggas used to think I was adopted or like my mom was like my guardian or some shit. She used to be hilarious, bro. Every time. And like my friends too, like my mama dropped me off somewhere. They be like, that's your mom? Yeah, bro. Yeah, your mom white as shit, nigga. You white. It's a long story, brother. Let me give you the history on Puerto Rico. Yo, and y'all motherfuckers need to tell. I mean, it's already over, but I want to tell y'all motherfuckers, yo, y'all niggas need to wish me a happy St. Patty's Day because I am 1% Irish. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's get this shit popping. 1% Irish.
I'm the champ, and you the chump.
Yes, sir. Let these niggas know. Let these niggas know. He said, Mark, you Dominican. I know black, Poppy. I know black. Nah. I know a lot of motherfuckers who I'm gonna tell y'all what watch, cause you know what I've been doing. I'm gonna tell y'all something personal about me, right? I have, like I said, y'all already know I got ulcerative colitis. I got chronic illness. I was just speaking about this yesterday. And one of the things that like with the supplements I be taking and shit, it fucks up my ability to absorb sunlight. Something with the UVs. Ever since I've gotten sick, I've been having trouble. Like I've never had to wear sunscreen, never. But like since I've been sick and shit, I've been having to wear sunscreen and all that shit. But y'all gonna see. I'm gonna be out this summer. I'm moving. I'm getting up and I'm moving. So we gonna be out in the mix and shit. Y'all gonna see how dark I get. But like, yo, shit is hilarious, bro. Like I used to have Dominican niggas thinking I was Dominican. Like you Dominican? Like, no, bro. You mixed all the time. I give them the whole breakdown. They're like, bro, you look like us, bro. I got a picture and visitate. I'm not gonna say the school I lived at that I went to, but I went to a Catholic school, and I always chill with these group of Dominicans. We used to play ball together and shit. Bro, we have a picture together, right? We got a picture together after a basketball game. And I'm like literally the same color as these niggas posted up. I'm like, yo, I really look like these niggas. This should just be hilarious, bro. Yo. Man, did y'all see that shit? Oh wow. Now this a little dark. Um, did y'all see that news about Arturo Gotti Jr.? I don't know if this is true. Let me do my research before I speak on this. I already done seen this shit pop up multiple times. So I'm gonna tell y'all something, right? I've been seeing this going around for a little while already. I don't know if this is cap. This could be cap. I don't know. But y'all heard. Wait, what?
In today.
Wait, what happened? What you say? Ain't no way you said something crazy. Mark, you Dominican. Yeah. Arturo Gotti Jr. Unfortunately, he passed away. Uh, said that he had, hung himself, similar to how the way his father went out. But for those of y'all who've been tapped in with boxing for a while, there was a lot of suspicion around how Arturo Gotti Sr. passed away. There was some people that believed that he didn't do that to himself, that it was set up that way, blah, blah, blah. And there was a lot of fingers being pointed at the mother. It was never ultimately proven. So now the son is found in a similar way. And there's these reports. I already seen them multiple times already. Like I said, this could be cat. So don't take my word for it. But it says that there's an update from Mexican authorities, because that did happen to the son in Mexico, that Arturo Gotti Jr. was strangled. And they're ruling out the initial unalived reports. I mean, I'm trying to so now it's like a homicide investigation, and they saying that it echoes the 2009 situation with Arturo Gotti Sr. So if it comes out that the mother does have something to do with this, that's some crazy shit. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't know. I'm emphasizing that I don't know. This could be fake. But if this is real, ooh-wee, this will be some shit that like you only see in movies. Like, that documentary needs to be done ASAP. As quick as 50 Cent did a Diddy documentary, they need to go ahead and do one on this bitch if she's guilty. So we'll see. We'll see. We got any last topics before we get up out of here, man? Yeah, the Whitney with the daughter Tub situation. Who knows, bro? That's crazy. Who I got with Resendiz and Munguia? That's a good fucking fight, man. Stylistically, that's gonna be a war for sure. Munguia does have the size advantage, good volume, good combination punching. I see why Munguia brought this fight back around. It's gonna come down to will and who gets the better of the exchanges. I'm rooting for Resendiz. For sure. Let's go with Resendiz. I think Resendiz could do it. I got Resendiz, bro. I don't fuck with Munguia, but stylistically, that's a tough fight for both guys. That's a tough fight for both guys. Bully said, "Did you hear Devin is suspended in New York?" No, I did not hear that, but that's probably why they relocated the May 30th fight with Rolly Romero in Las Vegas. That's the case. They may have suspended him considering that whole brawl that happened with Tiger Johnson and shit like that. Maybe. I don't know. I heard that they had actually gotten arrested for that. So that might be something that's pending, and who fucking knows. But to be real with you, Devin being suspended. If Devin is suspended because of that, that's crazy, because Devin literally had nothing to do with that situation. He was literally commentating. Like, he was, while that shit was popping off, Devin was commentating. He had nothing to do with that. Like, I didn't see Dev throw a single punch. A single punch. But It is what it is. I seen Bill Haney even trying to de-escalate. I seen Bill trying to break that shit up. So the fact that they went to jail is crazy. But it is what it is. Backstage, I don't know what happened backstage. I just seen some clips. I didn't see Haney get physical backstage neither. So I don't know. Yeah, he looked over. I was like, what the fuck? He had nothing to do with that. But that's how we gonna end this live, man. Shout out to the nation. Shout out to the mob. This was a great live. If you enjoyed that rant that I had, please hit the like. Please subscribe to the channel. We go live on a daily basis, 10:30 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm trying to get back to 10:30 p.m. Please bear with me. Damn. You're going to end the live with this question right here. It says, Mazuma, a question. How you see David Benavidez versus Andre Ward at 168? Andre Ward got a lot of tools that made him really special, especially at 168 when he was young. He had the mobility. He had a world-class jab. And he had a excellent counterpunch, and he had great inside ability. David Benavidez, hand speed combinations, pressure, come forward. I think Andre Ward would have edged that fight out just because of his ability to switch things up. I think David Benavidez got one approach, and just hopes that he breaks you. Andre Ward, he could maul you. He could give you a boxer lesson, keep you out of range with the jab. I think Andre Ward had a better jab. But David Benavidez was significantly bigger, and with the volume, he probably would have gave Andre Ward some trouble too. But Andre Ward, throughout his career, he seemed like he had trouble with guys who had some type of pop and had some accuracy. David Benavidez got accuracy, but he's more volume-based rather than accuracy. So I think Andre Ward would have edged it. I think it would have probably been like a 7-5 situation in favor of Andre Ward. That's just my opinion. I think he was the more intelligent fighter. I think he was more well-versed. And David Benavidez, he likes to fight on the inside. He likes to throw combination punching at close range. I think Andre Ward would have been able to counter effectively in close range, and I think he would have been able to have some success on the inside with David Benavidez. I think Andre Ward probably would have made the fight an inside fight with Benavidez to take away like his range, his combination punching, and I think Ward would have had success there. But it's a great question. It could have went either way. Because to be real, Ward, got a lot of experience. He always found a way to win, but he ain't ever faced nobody like Benavidez. But you can say the same thing on the contrary for David Benavidez. So that would have been a great fight. So I'm picking Andre Ward in that, but that's probably because he's one of my, not probably. He is one of my favorite fighters of all time, top 5. So, and my top 5 changes frequently, but Andre Ward always seems to stay in that bracket. So, but David Benavidez is also one of my favorite fighters today, like active fighters. So that's a tough question for me. But I hope you really enjoyed. I hope you appreciated that answer from me. I hope you guys appreciated the live overall. I'm about to go ahead, kick it, lay down with my son, and get ready for my last vacation day tomorrow. So until then, I hope you guys have a blessed, beautiful one. I'll be back at y'all with another live, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to continue cooking up on what's going on in the sport of boxing. Until then, I hope you guys have a blessed, beautiful one. I'm up out of here, man. Peace.